Hello and welcome to Being True, Being Me. This time I wanted to share a few things that I've come across as pretty surprising, or maybe not only surprising, but a few things I simply learned from living in Italy. No air conditioning is a problem. Oh yes, that it is. And the fan is not going to save you, trust me. On our hunt for places to stay, we had 3 final options. 2 of them had air conditioning, 1 didn't. Guess which one we've chosen? You've guessed it. The only one without. To tell you the truth, it was a little bit unintentional, since air conditioning was our priority. But the exhaustion and scrolling through so many apartments got the best of us, and we somehow forgot to check it at this one. Well, anyway, no air conditioning won't be a problem when traveling in any other time of the year but summer. The temperatures do get high. So we're just after breakfast and it's kind of crazy because the heat is really extreme, and literally when you pour yogurts into the bowl, it's instantly warm, which is it's just does not taste that good. I mean, the weather here is really, really hot. The walls of the buildings accumulate the heat, and then it evaporates into the interior. In real life, it means that there is no difference between being outside or inside. And sometimes, upon returning back home, the temperature of the flat felt higher than outside, probably due to the lack of air circulation. And the floors were so warm. That felt especially disgusting. No air conditioning is connected to my second point here. We traveled in August, a truly warm month of the year here. At a certain point in our stay, we thought we were either going to die of being overheated or leave Venice altogether. I felt sick sometimes, and there were a few moments when I felt lightheaded. And yes, we did wear hats and stayed hydrated, but the heat was a lot to bear. We were deliberately deciding to spend time in air-conditioned spaces. It wasn't exceptional that we sat in one restaurant the entire afternoon on our worst days. And I'm not mentioning our multiple cold showers during the day. We've been here for some time. I think it's been a week or so. We are gradually adjusting to the temperatures here, but I'm afraid it will still take a bit more time before we're fully okay with this, I guess. It got so much better after our first 2 weeks. Apparently, that is the time the body needs to adjust to new surroundings. After that initial period of trying to stay sane, the temperatures stopped bothering us so much. Yes, the heat was still an ever-present companion, but not an enemy. Thankfully. You are in Venice. Water is everywhere. Your first steps lead to getting yourself a pass for the water buses. You spend a big part of the day on the boats, and then, whoa, what's happening? I'm on a firm ground, but the world is bouncing? Is it possible that I feel like I'm still on the boat? Hey, but I've got off like 2 hours ago. I personally haven't experienced seasickness. What didn't avoid me was a type of motion sickness from traveling too long on a boat and then getting back on the ground. Yes, it's true. You really feel like you are crossing the waves, but you are just crossing the San Marco Square. Though this particular thing also disappeared after a few days, it was a much faster adjustment than with the heat. People are generally so friendly. I can say with absolute confidence that I have never spoken to so many strangers in such a short time. It might have been due to the fact we stayed in an area where the true residents live, but so many people just made eye contact, smiled, and stopped to have a chat. Many of them didn't even care when we told them we know very little Italian. An elder Venetian lady once walked our dog with us. She spoke Italian, we tried our best. She didn't mind how much we were messing up. She was just content to accompany us for the moment. Our dog was a big attention drawer, and we have a little terrier. And it happened on average 3 or 4 times per walk that our dog got credited for being so small or beautiful. That was the most common way of how our conversations started. We used to run a tally with my mom of who got into more conversations in one walk. I might have had longer ones, since I tried to learn some Italian prior to our arrival in Venice, but Mom definitely got more in total. Honestly, it was shocking how eager they were to communicate. And when words failed, body language just stepped in. You will walk a lot. No cars, no bikes, practically no other transport apart from the water buses and your feet. Yes, it kind of forces you into walking a lot. Things that seem close on the map might not be so easily accessible on foot, thanks to the complex system of streets, alleys, water canals, and more. So, let's say point A and B might be right next to each other, but add a water canal between them, and reaching B turns into a 10-minute detour. Well, you'll get used to it. I personally love maps, and navigating the city made me feel so giddy. I felt like a child in a massive playground, and was so thrilled when I began to learn my frequent paths, when I could go without any sort of map and wouldn't get lost. That thing particularly made me just so happy. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed these 5 things I've learned so far. Would love to hear from you. The comments down below are open for any questions you might have on your mind. And I will see you again soon. Bye.